Dias. Buenos dias. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of Rainfall, we have the German Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Shopify. It is Lambo. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the Protoss player himself, also representing Shopify for the land of the Netherlands. It is Harstem. Let's go. Let us go. We are settling into game number 1 of our fresh series, and once again, we've been casting a lot on Rainfall here tonight. Very small map of the map pool aggression is favored, and I usually want to favor Zerg players in ZVP when it comes to aggressive maps. So, eyes on Harstem, why did we not veto this map, and what do you have in store for us? What's it gonna be? Go. Yeah, it's from here. Lambo forsake the unnatural natural. There's no early pool timing or gas timing, just hatch gas pool. Again, we don't really expect anything quirky or crazy out of Lambo. When it comes to ZVX matchups, has been unchanged in the recent patch. So we should be seeing more of the same. Really shows on Harstem to mix things up himself to try to surpass the threat that is Lambo. So we saw some 3 very quirky, very unique, aggressive builds out of Skilless previously. When it comes to standard players of late, it has been Skytoss. So Stargate Opener into Triple Stargate into Mass Void Ray, or Stargate into Fleet Beacon into Mothership Rushes. Glaive Adepts, true. Glaive Adepts has also found some success in recent times. So does Harstem go into what the meta's been dictating, or does he have some other unique builds? I think one of the issues, though, I would imagine, is that if Harstem was trying to cook up some unique builds, like if there's anyone that he would have practiced with, it would have been Lambo, right? Like they could not predict that they would play in the playoffs. Like that wouldn't happen, and especially because they knew that they weren't in the same group either. So there's a very high chance that, again, if Harstem was practicing, it would have been with Lambo, and that does hurt if he was trying to hide certain builds or hide a certain style. It reminds me a little bit of DreamHack Dallas. I think it was Dallas or Atlanta, like maybe 2 years ago, when Harstem, he was whipping out this really unique build in the group stage, where he was going for insanely fast third bases and baiting out like roach all-ins and punishing it from players like DRG and Solar, and a lot of the Korean Zergs were actually struggling against Harstem. Like Harstem, he beat a lot of top Zerg players in that like open stage bracket, and then he hit Lambo, and Lambo just completely shut him down. Because Lambo was familiar with it. It's crazy. I think this was around like 2 or 3 years ago. And I can't remember if it was DreamHack Atlanta or Dallas, but it was in the Americas. It's in America. It was a DreamHack that everyone went to, like everyone, almost the entire Korean scene like flew over for it, and the open stage was stacked as a result. Incredibly stacked. For now, Lambo pulling out of gas. Stargate open out of Lambo. Sorry, out of Harstem. The other one. So Stargate open into Oracle. Everything's looking as it should be so far. So far, so good. Opening up double Oracle, so no Void Rays. No Void Rays, no denial of the... I mean, I said no denial. The Stalker rules don't away the Overlord at least. We see Lambo checking for the third location. We should be seeing a third base soon, as the Oracle does poke in, and we'll get one drone. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3 drones go down. Nice damage here from Harstem. Does pull away. At the same time, the Overlord goes down and will supply block Lambo for a couple of seconds. There's that third expansion, and it's going to be on Lambo to confirm. Uh-oh.
Newly birthed queen ready.
They poke in, they pull away, they confirm the third. And there's no early tech. Oh, Skillus, is that you? This is looking like the Skillus build. Did they cook it up together? Yeah. 3 gates. 3 gates, 4 in total. Yeah, we're just going for a vanilla gateway all in. Skillus did this earlier, this broadcast against Serral. The same build against Serral. Okay, let him cook. Now, against Serral, it didn't quite work out as Serral was playing very safe. He was playing very, very safe, going into a Roach base opener. Lambo was being greedy. Lambo, never mind. I was going to say Lambo's going for the early Eva Chamber to +1 melee into a later tech structure, but he's still going Roaches, so still safe play at a Lambo. Safe play. Ooh, and the sentries to tell. Like, the sentry should not exist at this stage of the game. Lambo, he sees! Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he scouts the sentries, massive tell, massive scout. Lambo taking his gases and getting ready for Roach production. Lambo's getting ready. Harstem's pushing. Harstem, he's on, is it 7 gates? 6. Okay. He's on 6 gateways. And we need a reinforcing pylon. There it is. Yeah, pylon in the face of Lambo. It's all or nothing. Either Harstem kills Lambo with this or he dies trying. Again, there's no upgrades, no blink, no charge, no glaives. Roach production has begun, but there's a window in time here pre-Roach. Ready for the Spore. Lings, oh no, they're coming from behind. A big cancellation, delays the warp-ins. Delays reinforcements. 1 Spore falls. Here come the warp-ins. Ravagers are amassing as well. And here comes Harstem. Here comes the all-in. So far, it's gaining a little more ground, partially because of the map as well, compared to Skillus. Force fields, they lock down some of the Roaches. Yeah, Roaches being locked down, but that's going to be a lot of Zealots falling. Yeah, we're running out of Zealots. No, the Oracle overextends. Yeah, big overextension. Oracle goes down. Running out of force fields. That was the final force field. The final force field. And this is not good enough. Yeah, this is not good enough. Lambo has plenty of overlords. So Lambo, his economy is untouched. Sentry's going down. The all-in is failing. And Harstem, he starts to transition. Gas is back at home. Forge back at home. Ay. Harstem, he believes that the all-in has failed. It has. And Harstem is now far behind. As Harstem is trying to macro out of this, but he has a lot of catching up to do. Fun fact, Lambo actually, he didn't get an upgrade because he saw the all-in coming his way, so because that he will not have the upgrade advantage, but Roach speed is coming, and when Roach speed finishes, then Lambo can push. And I'll be honest, I don't see Harstem defending that third. It's going to be a tough hold. It's going to be a very tough hold. Harstem did at least delay the third. Sorry, the fourth. Delay the fourth base. Cannons are being thrown down. Shield barriers are being thrown down. As you mentioned, it's going to be a very difficult defense at the third base. Harstem is very aware of that as well. That's why he's throwing down all the cannons. Meanwhile, you can see how open the third is as well. Specifically on this map, it's a very difficult to defend third. That's why all-ins are favored, and this is an all-in. Lambo cutting works at 60. That is under 3-base saturation. So 3-base all-in. Ling Roach Ravager. Roach speed is almost done, and Lambo's going for the kill. It's going for the kill. Force fields, they will delay some of the army. Roaches, they bust in. Yeah, they bust in. They take over the high ground. Ay. Yeah, forget about the third. We just take over the natural. And as a result, the cannons and shield batteries are not coming into play. They're not coming into play. Cybercore gets sniped. Sentries as well. Only slow warp-ins. Now we just collapse in. We collapse into the base, we collapse into the third. And again, Harstem cannot defend against this. Not like this, not after the failed all-in. Looking at the cannons, the stalkers, the batteries back. And we just rally. Yeah, Lambo just rallies across. We can see Harstem trying to warp in some units here, but GG gets called, and Lambo takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played, Lambo. He will take a lead in the series. Again, it's an interesting build here from Harstem. I say from Harstem. I don't know who came up with it, or it might be a joint effort, because Skillus did something very similar against Serral. Very, very similar here. So I would not be surprised if they were both working on the build together, actually. Wouldn't be surprised. But GG, well played. As in the end, Lambo, he played it safe. He had the safety Roach Warren. He confirmed the all-in coming his way. Did have some limited time to react, and we saw that Harstem was able to gain some ground, but he could not push into the bases. We saw that the mineral lines in the economy at the third and natural were untouched. So we saw that as time went on, it was becoming better and better for Lambo, as Harstem was on a timer there. He was on a timer, and now we're loading to game number 2. We're loading into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Washout. So we have the German Zerg player, we have the Blue Zerg representing Shopify, leading the series 1-0. It is Lambo. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Red Protoss player, the Red Protoss himself, representing the land, from the land of the Netherlands, representing Shopify as well as their teammates. It is Harstem. Let's go. Let us go. So we're settling into game number 2 here. Settling into game 2. Now, Skillus had 3 unique builds. No shot that Harstem does the same 3 builds, right? Like, no, he's done 1 so far. So eyes are on Harstem. Keep an eye on him. If you remember, game 1, Skillus did attempt the sentry base, like gateway all in. Game 2, Skillus went for a like 2.5 base, 7 gates vanilla stalker all in without blink, but did hit very early, very fast, very hard. It was meant to. And then game 3 went for a 1 base all in, 4 gates. That's at least what Skillus did. So eyes are on Harstem. As for now, we're just going to be opening up. Lambo does take the unnatural natural. If Harstem does have the same builds as Skillus, then we're expecting like a 3-base all-in with a Stargate opener into no Twilight Council. But again, I would imagine that they've got they've been cooking up some other stuff, I would imagine. I'm ready. What have they been cooking? So now just gate expanded to Cybercore, everything's looking normal. From here, we're expecting a Stargate as well. Technically, we could see Harstem deviate, but it's been quite rare to see like Twilight Council based openers just because it's much more all-in, much more all-in than previously. Because you have to invest into warp gates. We'll see. As a Paladin has been thrown down, and we'll soon get into our tech of choice. Likewise, Lambo just getting link speed, pulling out of gas. Everything's looking normal, droning, saturating, gaining map control, at least looking to. Stargate opener out of Harstem. And we'll see if he does play Sky Toss. Something that we did take note of for Skillus is that he did not play Void Ray at all in his series against Serral. Even though that's a style that's been permeating throughout the Korean scene and players like Max Pax as well. I'm curious if Harstem is also willing to play that style or not. As all the top Protosses have been embracing Sky Toss. But again, we didn't see that as Skillus, and we might not see it from Harstem either. We'll see. Lings, they dip in, they get a full scout. Ooh, Lambo, he will scout the first unit, confirming that there is no Void Ray. It is Oracle first. So very nice scout here from Lambo. Shades away. Yes, there's Solens. 254, 245. Crazy, crazy. See if he can keep up. It's going to be a very intense week of StarCraft, just because we have Crank Gathers as well. Crank Gathers is tomorrow morning. I'll try to keep up. I'll do my best with that schedule. As from here, Harstem is claiming his third. It's been a very relatively tame game. The Oracle this time failed to do any damage. Last game we saw 3 drone kills. This time just 1. So 1 drone kill with the Oracle. I believe it was drone. Yeah, just 1 drone kill. Nothing crazy. Going into 2 Oracles. Now it's from here where now we're waiting to see: do we go for a Gateway Explosion or a Twilight Council or a Forge? Oh, it's gonna be option 3. We're rushing into the mothership. Let's go. So fast fleet beacon here from Harstem. This is what the Koreans have been doing as of late. I say Koreans, all the top Protossers. So I say Koreans, but I also include Max packs in that as well. So we're rushing mothership. Oracles they pick in. Now, we'll see if this is going to be Fleet Beacon into Sky Toss or Fleet Beacon Mothership into a Ground Toss army, which has also been mixed in as well. So going to like mass charge lots. Like +1, charge, Mothership just to support, no second Stargate. Lambo does poke in, doesn't see anything yet. Mothership is now in production. We're still waiting for either a second Stargate or a Twilight Council. We're waiting for the tech. Oh, I was thinking just get in. Hero? the walls of the Warlings. They get a full scout. They confirm the Fleet Beacon and the Mothership as well. Ay. Yeah, that should not have happened. Harstem doing his best hero impression. Not like this. Not like this. Yeah, Natural's just wide open. And Lambo responds with the Hydra Den. I do like this. Now, typically, Hydras do not scale well against Sky Toss, but because Lambo got a full scout, he confirmed there's no second Stargate. There's no second Stargate, there's no Void Rays, so going Ling Hydra would be ideal here, as he's actually going Roach Hydra. Lambo committing to Aspire and committing into Corruptors, it would be very difficult just because if he overcommits into an anti-air army, then the Ground Toss catches him off guard. Remember, it's a Ground Toss composition, only a Mothership to support. As the Mothership has arrived, proxy is being set up here for Harstem, throwing down the pylon, and Hydra production has begun. Lambo just needs a little bit of time. He needs time. Hydras are amassing. Charge is going to be on the way. As mentioned, charge into Archons and Storm. Lambo is still squeezing out a couple of workers. And Harstem backs off. Yeah, Harstem, he does retreat. Pulls away. Now, I will say that because of Harstem's aggression here, this is scare Lambo, straight up. That's why Lambo has undersaturation. But oh, I forgot, this is a hybrid expansion on Washout. So despite the undersaturation from Lambo, the hybrid base does make up for that, actually. Ay. So Lambo's looking pretty good. He's looking very good here. I was about to criticize his lack of workers, but again, the hybrid base makes up for that. And what does this mean? Well, this means that Lambo's about to max. Lambo is about to max out. What's slowing him down here are the Overlords, but there we go. He just made 5 Overlords. Yep, knocking down those rocks. Lambo, he's about to skyrocket ahead in terms of supply, and he's going to leave Harstem behind. Harstem, he's going to be outscaled here. Harstem is heavily reliant on a couple of things. One is going to be the Slow Zone. The other is Cloak and Storm. Problem is, Storm isn't done. Storm is not done yet. And Lambo, he's already maxed. He's at 180 supply. He's maxing out. Up to 190. Moving in. Storm isn't ready. Contamination! No, the contamination in the main! Yeah, massive move here. It does contaminate the upgrade. Storm will not finish. And without Storm, there's no defense. I mean, the cloak and the slow zone does help. But a brutal contamination. Cybercore goes down. Only Zealot Warpins. Army gets owned away. Storm's out to finish. Storm. No! The second contamination. He layers them, Bappy. He layers them. And with that, he can just move in. There's a cloak. Cloak is activated. Oh my god. Yeah, Immortal still goes down. Detection was available. Robo's under threats. We still need more time for Storm. 13 seconds. Contaminate runs out. Yeah, it does run out. And GG. GG gets called. Doesn't matter. Too late. And Lambo, he will snowball out of control. He'll take game number 2. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Massive contaminations there, as we saw 2 contaminations back to back in the main base. Without Storm, there wasn't a defense. Even with Storm, it was going to be a very, very difficult hold there for Harstem. Without Storm, there was no chance. And with that, Lambo does snowball out of control, breaks through the third base. GG, well played. And with that, Lambo is up 2-0 in the series, and we're hoping for a back and forth. We're hoping that we can see a greater series here. So far, it's been nothing but 3-0s, but the pressure is on Harstem. Yeah, the pressure is on as we're getting into Sanctuary 3. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg player himself. We have the German Zerg leading the series 2-0. For Shopify, it is Lambo. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player from the land of the Netherlands representing Shopify. It is Harstem. Here we go, and again, just brutal with those contaminations, making sure the Storm was a non-factor, and without it, again, there was no defense there for Harstem. Whew. But here we go. Now we're setting up here on Sanctuary 3. Once again, on this map, it is a little bit more defensive. The idea of getting into the mid game here for Harstem is going to be a little bit more possible, more viable here on Sanctuary 3. But we'll see if we can get there. We'll see. As I can't imagine he'll be going for the Fleet Beacon this time. It's just really unfortunate. Remember, Lambo got a free scout. He got a very, very early free scout with his Zerglings. The wall was wide open, so Lambo was able to scout and confirm the Fleet Beacon early. Same with the Mothership production. Was able to react with his Hydras, of course, defend, and just snowball. So just, we got to look in. Like, Harstem's got to tighten up his early game, tighten up his mid game to minimize scouting, to keep Lambo in the dark, and to pop off with his attempted build. We'll see. We shall see. So from here we are going to be building up. No sniping Overlords. I mean, there was no way for him to snipe Overlords. As a reminder, remember, there was no blink. Because of the build that Harstem went for, there was no blink available. So he had very immobile anti-air units. He was heavily reliant on charge lots and Storm instead. So I don't blame him for not sniping the Overseers that pulled off those contaminations. Likewise, I didn't see if he had Chrono Boosted Storm. It's possible he did. Before the contaminations, of course. So I wouldn't fault that necessarily. I would put a little bit more emphasis on his lack of denying the scouts earlier in regards to prompting Lambert to go for that big, move out, that big timing. As Lambert had all the information he needed to be aware as to what Harstem was up to. Yeah, the Oracle's plus Stalker. Yeah, vanilla Stalkers, like, I don't expect them to deny Overseer scouts. Like, no. Or to believe that contamination would be a threat just because contaminations are so rare. So I would not put that on Harstem. From here, though, Stargate opener out of Harstem. is going to be building up. From here, most likely into Oracle Opener, and we'll see where it takes us from here. Claiming a third base, but then we'll keep an eye on the Twilight Council timing on the take of choice. Whether we go Fleet Beacon again, we could just run it back. I would say that this should be an easier map to defend on to get away with something like a Fleet Beacon, but I said this before when it comes to like Stargate openers in TVP, I don't like the idea of going Fleet Beacon twice in a row, but we'll see. Just because I feel like you need to keep the Zerg player guessing as to what you're doing. So it's just very, very risky if you go for the same build. For now, the Oracle does move out. Third base will soon be taken. Rushing Fleet Beacon, the Mothership, and Storm to defend it all in is maybe a bit much. Just to clarify as well, Lambo's attack was a response to the Mothership. It wasn't the other way around. It's a response to what he had seen. There we go. Go. As the 30 is actually a little bit late here for Harstem. He went for extra, yeah, so it's a little bit late, but third base now on the way. Does move out. Oracles are being kept back at home. And we're going for a safety Roach Warren. Okay, so safety Roach Warren at Lambo. It does mean that if Harstem does go for an early Twilight Council, then Lambo will be ready for it. So playing it safe. Oh, that's a Robo follow. Okay. A Robo follow-up at a Harstem. Now, if this was pre-patch, I would assume that this would be Robo Opener into Twilight Council, Temple Archives into an Archon drop. But from my understanding, especially because of the Warp Gate change, Archon drops are not really viable. So this might be Robo into Bay into Fast Colossus. Let him cook, baby. Let him cook. But this is very unorthodox. Very, very unorthodox. Oh, okay, he's feigning aggression. Does push across the map. I mean, I say feigning aggression, like he's trying to force a reaction. Remember, Lambo did play it safe, so Roach production's underway. Lings are building up. And Harstem has to be very careful here, because remember, Harstem is basically faking it all in. He's faking it all in. He's getting a Forge, getting a Robo, getting upgrades. He can't afford to lose too much. Harstem poking in. And we have the answer. It's going to be Bay and Twilight Council. So Colossal production in towards some upgrades. Now, the scary thing about Harstem, what Harstem is doing here, is that Harstem is forcing a big reaction out of Lambo, and he has to be able to survive the counterattack. that's the scary. That's going to be the scary part. Is that at a certain point, Lambo's going to realize that, oh, you're not all-inning me. Oh, well, I guess I got to make use of this army, and that's when things get a little bit scary. As we do see Roach speed on the way, plus on melee, droning. Lambo has now recognized that it was a fake out. Lambo now knows. And we'll see if Harstem is able to get away with it. Now, oh, we can see something here. Lambo's stopping droning. He stopped droning. He's making a bunch of roaches. He's going for a big push. Overload speed. German taxi. Let's go. He's going for the German taxi. It's going to be 3-base all in here out of Lambo. Harstem back at home. Disruptor first? Okay. It's okay. Okay. Let him cook, Baffy. Okay, let him cook. Going Immortal into Disruptor. This is very risky, considering the fact that this becomes dead supply if the Nova does miss. We're throwing down some cannons, shield batteries. Again, the all-in is coming. Brutal supply block. Ah, it's a long one as well. Yeah, pylons now being turned down. He's still making more disruptors. This is crazy. Disruptor defense? I mean, Novas are good, but we'll see. As Lambo setting up his drop at the same time towards the natural. Again, Lambo has not made a drone in quite some time. Here comes the army. Lamb is almost maxed out. He's almost maxed out. And here comes the taxi. Here come the queens. Queens are coming as well. And this all comes down to the Novas, to be honest. It all just comes down to Novas. First Nova goes off. Nice connection. Yeah, nice connection so far. Softens up the army, but we need more than that. We do need more. Drop is coming in. Second Nova goes off. Oh, ooh, the splits. Better splits here by Lambo. Yeah, better splits. Drop comes in. Does unload. Lambo pushing into the third. Nova once again does connect with the Roaches. Good connections. So far, these have been good connections. We rotate towards the natural. Another Nova goes off. Oh my god, massive connections on the Roaches, Fappy. Ay, ay, ay. Novas are paying off. They're doing well. We need more. Now, so far, Harstem, he has defended. He defends the natural. Buying more time, building on more disruptors. So far, so good. Oh. So far, so good. And Lambo backs off. Yeah, Lambo, he backs off. Droning has begun. Infestation, but as well, the all-in has failed. And Harstem, he holds. He holds on. He gets away with it. He still has to be careful, though. Jesus. Still has to be careful. Link drop into the main base, catching out a couple of workers. Nothing major. 3 probes going down. Now, on the one hand, it's cool that Harstem held, but on the other hand, what's the plan here when it comes to like where are we going? Like what's like in regards to the composition? So we have a couple of disruptors. We have charge on the way. Charge is a little bit awkward with disruptors, like when it comes to splash damage and when it comes to support. Like personally, I'm still a little bit perplexed as to the end composition that we're trying to work towards here. And it's a little bit awkward just because of the robo opener, right? Because of the fast robo. And Harstem is going to attempt to go into Sky Toss from here with this is really messy. Like this is really, it's a really messy setup here out of Harstem. The beginning was solid, but Harstem's not going for a counter all in. He's teching and expanding. That's the thing here. Whereas I would have expected him to commit, but he's not. He's not committing. Just posturing in the center. And build up his army at the same time. Lambo setting up some massive counterattacks or even flanks. Can he surround the army? Uh-oh. It's coming from behind. Stasis trap goes off. Very nice stasis traps. Shots and overs. And nice war shields as well. Then we connect with roaches. We're connecting with banelings as well. Nice novas. The novas are connecting, and Lambo trying to force his way through the slow zones. Yeah, an awkward fight out of Lambo, losing so much. Very messy fight. In the end, didn't kill any disruptors. They all survived. Where are they? There we go. Disruptors did survive. Better fight for Harstem. I'm still not convinced by this army. I do feel like Harstem, he has to rely on these slow zones to take a good fight. I'm worried about Harstem if he ever does push past the halfway mark. Like this army that he has is very vulnerable to surround. Being Colossus and Disruptor heavy. Like Colossus and Disruptors, they have their place, but like they can't take the role of Storm in PvZ. Not like this. So we catch a couple of queens, not bad. And 1, 2 queens gonna be going down. A Viper production has begun. Unlike High Templar, Disruptors and Colossus are gonna be very vulnerable and exposed to those, vulnerable to the Vipers, to abductions. So we gotta be careful. So has to be careful here. Going for a second robo. Jesus. Okay. Oh, catching a disruptor. Gets one. One disruptor goes down. There's Zelaram on the right hand side. Spells being dealt with, and Lambo, he just counterattacks instead. He just ignores the army. Yeah, it does go for the counterattack. Harstem does take down one of the bases. There's a recall back home. That's a mothership recall, not a base recall. Bear that in mind. And that was 9 drone kills. Nice harass. Nice harass, nice run by. Oh. Warping is denied. Storm is almost done. It's just really weird that we're 14 minutes into the game, and this is a very, like, mid-tier army. It's a very mid army here that Harstem has available to him. It's, yeah. It's still lacking. Like, I feel uneasy for Harstem right now. Like, like, look at this. But okay. I mean, as time goes on, and as we work into like a 2nd and 3rd Stargate and work towards 10% carriers, then I'm going to be feeling a lot better about that. But we haven't started any Scatchers production yet, which is kind of weird because Harstem has a bank, right? Like, Harstem has a bank. We should be seeing more Stargates. It's not like Harstem is not aware of that. Like, he's getting +1 air attack, so like he's thinking about it, about that Scatchers transition. Oh, nice blink. Nice blink. Catching our roaches. Lambo's still sharking around. Who catches who? Oh, we'll catch an immortal. Harstem responds. As we almost catch a 2nd immortal. Nice Aces trap. Lambo distracted by these stalkers at the same time. Harstem moving in. Bases will go down. Lambo losing workers. 6 drones. 6 drones and potentially an expansion as well. Yeah, the statue should fall. And I feel like Harstem needs to kill this base and then back off. I don't know if he can keep pushing here. He does have a lot of storms. Maybe I should have more faith in disruptors. Maybe. Oh. And Lambo trying to flank. Gets spotted. Harstem pulls up. 16 drone kills. Again, nice harass. Nice damage. Harstem very carefully rotates in. It's going to be 2 storms. We don't really have that many storms remaining here, so we're going to be careful. 2, maybe 3 storms left. Now we see the 2nd Stargate. This is late. Yeah, this is late for Harstem. This could have been thrown down like 2-3 minutes ago. Like 3 minutes ago, like the Stargates. Things are collapsing in. There are all the storms. Nice feedback. Very nice feedback. As Harstem pulls away. And again, this has all been really nice damage, but the growth of Harstem is very late. It's just very delayed growth here, very delayed, like, transition. Oh, God, we're panicking a little bit. Those cloak is spent. Harstem, calm down, baby, calm down. The nerves. We've been focusing a lot on Harstem. Lambo's going to Mass Lurker, which I do like here. Typically, Mass Lurker is actually not very viable. It's not very good. But because Harstem is so dedicated to this more mid-tier, like, ground-based composition with minimal sky toss, Mass Lurker actually does quite well here. Like, this is the one, like, niche situation where Mass Lurker excels. As everything's on the ground. Vipers, calm down. Vipers, they pull away. Lambo does come in from behind, harassing the bases, getting to the mineral line. Pulling apart Harstem's attention. Lurkers in move-in, Schultz and Evers. Oh! Very nice storms. Jeez, punishing the ramp. Oh my god. And Novas, they go up, and massive damage here. So many lurkers go down. At the same time, though, Lambo does kill a base, does kill a mineral line. We're getting messy. We're getting messy. No, he moves in. Oh my god. He moves into lurker range. He killed so many, but still, we gotta respect the lurkers, Pappy. And Harstem plummets in supply. Ay, ay, ay. He pushed into the lurkers. Again, Harstem was distracted. His attention was split due to the harass, due to the aggression. Oh, and those were expensive losses as well. Harstem, he just lost all the Colossus and Disruptors, and High Templar, and Immortals. He still has a couple of Immortals remaining, but that was an expensive loss. Now we have some Tempest production. I should also emphasize that Lambo's drone count is very low. He's been losing a lot of workers this game, and he hasn't done an amazing job replacing them and expanding. Remember, we still have the center base. Like, the center expansion is still free, it's still there. But it can be annoying to expand to because of the patch, the gold mineral patch. So again, we're getting messy. Lings, they catch out 2 High Templar. Harstem pushing on the right. Stage traps to go off on Zerglings. Lurkers getting within range of the mineral line. Oof. Yeah, they will burrow. Yeah, Lurkers, they burrow. Zealots go down. Probes going to be falling. Harstem a little bit late to pull away. 10 probes go down. Gets one. Yeah, one Tempest gets abducted. Not quite the other. Just one. Does get the one, but that's still an 18 probe kills. Harstem is being pulled apart. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, cannot defend, cannot maintain the economy. Harstem down to 48 workers, losing the center expansion as well, down to just 1 mining. Oh, not even. It has no economy. Has nothing. There's nothing here at the third, nothing at the natural, and nothing in the main. 0 mining for Harstem. Ay, ay, ay. He's long distance mining, Pappy. He has no economy. Enclave extends. Harstem did go into mass immortal. Okay. Oof. Nice lunge. Nice lunge. Catching out one of the Tempest. Lambo pulls away. Oh no, the Templar! Ooh, all 4 Templar go down. Ay, ay, ay. Once again, Harstem, his attention's just not there. GG gets called, and Lambo, he'll claim the series 3-0, advancing on to the upper bracket semis. GG. GG, well played. A very, very scrappy game. Very, very scrappy here. And honestly, I wanna say that Harstem was doing quite well there. Like, Harstem, he was kind of forcing certain reactions. He was achieving some damage as well. Like, it wasn't bad, but it looked very messy. I did mention that he looked a little bit nervous, and I want to stand by that. There wasn't just the cloak, but the late Stargate, late transition, some messy defensive play as well. Maybe because it's been so long since they've played in an offline event, but like, it did look like nerves to me from Harstem. Just because like, it felt a little bit directionless. Like, when we found ourselves like maxing out on 4 bases with like a Disruptor, Colossus, Immortal, like Stalker composition with +1 air attack on the way, like it felt like, yeah, it felt a little bit aimless. It felt a little bit aimless there from Harstem. And part of that aimlessness, and at least in my opinion, comes from some lack of confidence of maybe being in that position or being in that situation where you need to be a little bit more certain as to like where you want to go from here. You know, throwing down your Stargates, setting up your Sky Toss, establishing your Sim City, and being active on the map. And it felt very, like the play from Harstem felt very tentative here in Game 3. Like, very, very tentative, like very, very unsure of himself a little bit. So GG well played. With that, congratulations. Lambo will claim the series. There's just Lambo's fair. Yeah. I mean, like, I usually don't talk about nerves for players, but I also know that Harstem, he recently went over one of his group stage matches versus Euthermal, and he did say that he was nervous. Like, he did say that like that was something that was happening. So like, I'm assuming that, hey, if that's going to be impacting your play against Euthermal in the group stage, then Lambo in the playoffs, I'm assuming that will be like an impact as well. But, yeah, GG. Kind of feels like you have to relearn everything in the new patch. I would disagree with that. Like the when it comes to like the mid to late gameplay, it's the same. I would say that the early to mid game is the most impacted kind of like states of StarCraft that has been changed the most, especially in PvZ. But when it comes to mid to late game, like it's more of what we should be familiar with, which is why it was like a little bit awkward there for Harstem. A little bit awkward, but GG well played. With that, we are now getting into the rest of our series. Let's go. Let's get into our brackets. From here, we have our top 4 decided. We do have Rainer. He took down Alasia 3-0 to advance onto the upper bracket. We had Cyril taking down Skilless 3-0. Clem took down Christiana, and Lambo took down Harstem. So we have our top 4. We have our top 4 of HomeStory Cup. Rainer, Cyril, Clem, and Lambo. ZVZs abound, baby. Let's go. We are going to be going on a short break. Here. When we come back, we will have the upper bracket semis. We'll be going over Rainer versus Cyril next, going into that series. And then we might be covering Clem versus Lambo as well, depending on, of course, the time that we have. We're going to be cutting this broadcast in half, of course. The upper bracket finals, lower bracket, that's all going to be tomorrow. We're covering it and wrapping up tomorrow. For today, we'll catch a couple of extra series before we do call it for the broadcast. So for now, going to be going on a short break. Those probably have already played a few hundred games. Yeah. Which, again, I appreciate that Harstem did some more unique builds. Again, we saw some similarities between Harstem's builds and Skills's builds, and also the Mothership Rush that we've been seeing from the Korean scene as well. But regardless, we're going to be going on a short break. We'll see you guys soon after the break. See you soon.